Hello everyone. In this tutorial we will talk about past simple tense. Past simple is the basic form of past tense in modern English. It is used to describe and talk about events in the past. As usually, I will start this lesson by explaining formation and then continue with usage. So let's start.
Positive form. Past simple is composed of infinitive plus ed. This is a rule for regular verbs. I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they, worked, cleaned, started, broke, ate, knew. The last three verbs are irregular verbs. Irregular verbs do not have ed at the end. There is no rule for them for irregular verbs, you just have to learn some important irregular verbs. Negative form. We use did in past simple negatives as an auxiliary verb, also known as a helping verb. So past simple negative is composed of auxiliary verb did not plus infinitive. I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they did not play, start, watch, have, see, go. Notice that you don't have ed at the end of the verb. You use just infinitive. Question form. To make a past simple question, you also need to use auxiliary verb did. So did plus subject plus infinitive. Did I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they see, have, go, do, play. Remember, you use infinitive in past simple question. Do not add ed at the end of the verb. Let's study the word order. When we use positive form of past simple, first we put subject and then the verb, depending whether it is regular verb or not. You add ed or use irregular verb. I watched television yesterday. I is a subject and watched is a regular verb in this case. When using negative past simple, subject goes first, then auxiliary verb didn't plus infinitive. I didn't watch television yesterday. Notice, you don't say I didn't watch television yesterday. You don't add ed. And question past simple. Here we have a situation when an auxiliary verb comes first, then subject plus infinitive. Did Christina watch television yesterday? The same thing. You don't say, did Christina watch television yesterday? So once again, you don't add ed. Uses of past simple. 1. Past events occurred at a particular time. We use the simple past to express the idea that an action started and finished at a specific time in the past. For example, the Titanic sank in 1912. I saw Mark yesterday. However, the speaker may not actually mention the specific time, but they do have one specific time in mind. She washed her car. 2. Habits in the past happened regularly. The simple past can also be used to describe a habit which stopped in the past. It can have the same meaning as used to. To make it clear that we are talking about the habit, we often add expressions such as always, often, usually, never, when I was a child, when I was younger, etc. For example, she burst into tears every time she heard his name. I studied French when I was a child. 3. Duration in past. The simple past can be used with a duration which starts and stops in the past. I lived in Brazil for 2 years. We talked on the phone for 30 minutes. A duration is a longer action, often indicated by expressions such as for 2 years, for 5 minutes, all day, all year, etc.